In the last video, we saw Aileen's dad explaining to Sejun and Aileen about the various alerts that are coded by colors. The green alerts were the most important, as they mean that a species in the tower is nearing extinction. Suddenly, Aileen got a green alert about the blue carps nearing extinction on the 75th floor. To solve the problem, Aileen entered admin mode and appointed Sejun as the tower middle manager, which automatically started a countdown to send him to Lake Zenka on the 75th floor. Sejun panicked because he was not ready for it, and there could be dangerous monsters down there. Aileen tried assigning all the strong monsters on 99th floor as his subordinates to join him, but in the end, all that she managed to do was send Queuing and the Black Rabbit with him. They teleported to the 75th floor immediately and had some fun. But as they tried to search for a village nearby, they found that they could not leave the lake's area. Sejun was upset at this because everyone was hungry and they had no food, but coincidentally, they found some wild pineapples and began eating them. Then suddenly, a huge frog monster came out of the lake, and the system told Sejun that his mission is to hunt down all 2,000 frogs in the lake that are the reason that the number of blue carps has greatly reduced. Sejun freaks out as the huge horde of frogs appears in front of him. He asks the system if it is sure that these frogs are the reason the blue carp is about to go extinct in the lake, but Queuing and the black warrior rabbit are ready for some action. The frog suddenly leaps at them, saying frog loudly as if they are some sort of Pokemon. Queuing suddenly grows in size to protect Sejun and smashes a couple of frogs with his stick, but more frogs attack him the very next moment. The black rabbit leaps towards them, hitting the frogs above Queuing's range, while the bear cub swings his club at his shoulder level to defeat the frogs there. Meanwhile, Sejun also joins the battle, charging ahead to defeat the frogs on the ground. He ducks as they try to attack him with their tongues and then throws his axe to chop them off quickly. He then calls back the axe, and Queuing and the black rabbit strike a cool pose with him. Sejun confidently tells the frogs that he may look like a weakling, but he lives on the 99th floor, and he has fought much stronger opponents. The system tells him that he has just defeated 4 frogs, which earned him 2,000 EXP. Sejun yells at the frogs, challenging them to attack him because he is going to turn all of them into more experience. He tells Queuing and the black rabbit to charge ahead, and they dash to fight against the unending horde of the giant frogs. Far away from them, Theo is sleeping peacefully in a luxurious bedroom. He wakes up after being fully rested and says that it was great to sleep on a soft bed after so long. But in his opinion, Sejun's lap is still better. Just then, someone knocks at the door and then Oren comes inside, asking Theo if he slept well. Theo tells him that his bed is really soft, and Oren obediently replies that it is his honor to hear that. He nervously tells Theo that he has got his breakfast prepared and asks if he would like to eat now. Theo goes to the dining hall, where a delicious fish is waiting for him. He is blown away as he sees it and remarks that it seems like a high-quality grilled salmon. The servants are all around him, ready to cater to his needs, and they ask him to enjoy the meal and tell them if he needs anything else. As Theo begins to eat, he wonders why Oren's behavior changed so drastically, because by all rights, he should be absolutely bitter and jealous. He wonders if it is because he was too shocked after his altercation with Iona. Theo offers him a piece of fish, but Oren turns it down with a smile, saying that he is fine. After stuffing his belly, Theo decides to take a walk through the mansion. As he is just chilling around, he comes to a room where Iona is chewing out Hegel, yelling at him for not even figuring out how many frogs are actually there in the lake. The big bad wolf stammers as he apologizes to the tiny hamster. He tells Iona that they have not yet confirmed which underwater cave the queen frog is in. He says that he will immediately set out to find it and soon return with a report. Iona is still not happy, and she tells Hegel that he isn't doing anything right at all. Theo enters the room, telling her not to be so angry. He then proceeds to throw shade at Hegel, saying that it would be unwise to expect anything from a talentless underling. The nervous Hegel replies that he will surely prove his ability, but Iona just yawns at his answer. Theo asks her if she did not get enough sleep, because she looks exhausted. Iona tells him that there is no time to rest because they must get rid of the frogs at once, but then to her surprise, Theo suddenly lifts her in his arms. Iona panics, asking him what the hell he is doing, but he simply puts her in his hoodie, asking her to sleep there for a while. He tells her that he will wake her in case something happens, but Iona doesn't want to do as he says. She grabs his head, telling him that she has insomnia so she can't sleep. But what does she know? The orange cat's soft fur is just what she needs to cure her insomnia. She begins feeling drowsy as she hugs the fur, and then tells Theo that she will be in his care for the time being. He He tells her to not worry about anything and sleep well, and Iona immediately dozes off. Hegel nervously offers to take her to bed, but Theo tells him that there is no need for it. He asks him to go and do his job and then says that he is constantly watching him. Hegel gets even more intimidated by this, and he decides to leave for Lake Zenka immediately. Once outside, Elka comes to meet Theo, who asks him how things went in the village. Elka tells him that they distributed food and money to the villagers, but now they are waiting to meet him. Theo is confused about why the villagers would want to meet him, but he goes outside the mansion to find that all the cats from the village are there. Theo asks Elka what is going on here, because in front of him, all the cats have their hands folded in respect. They look at Theo with awe as they call his name loudly. He is confused by all this, and then suddenly, the cats ask him to take them under his wing. Theo is shocked, and the cats say that they want to learn from him and become wandering merchants just like him. Theo clearly refuses to entertain their request and walks away, complaining that being famous is also a sin. He wonders why does everyone want to work under him when the guys he has as his underlings are already more than enough. Elka follows him, asking Theo to at least listen to what the cats have to say. He states that Theo is like a hero to them, which comes as a surprise to the orange cat. Elka explains that a lot of rumors about her have been spreading. People are talking about how an orange cat climbed up the tower as a wandering merchant with just one tower coin to his name and then earned the trust of the great black dragon. The cats have started calling Theo the golden cat, and he is amazed to hear this. He asks Elka to repeat what he just said, and the wolf chieftain says that since Theo not only took care of the starving villagers, he also calmed down Iona's wrath, everyone believes that he is an incredible person. Elka then tells Theo that expanding their business will require a lot of manpower, and he must lead everyone outside the 99th floor. He asks Theo to take the cats under his wing, at least for the sake of Sejun, whom Elka still thinks of as the Black Dragon. Theo thinks long and hard about his words, and then he thanks Elka for his advice. He calls him a loyal subordinate because he was thinking about Sejun the entire time. He promises that he will consider his words. Just then, Theo hears some commotion as the servants try to stop a cat from reaching him. She tells them to let her go because she knows Theo well. Theo is surprised to hear the familiar voice, and as he turns back, he is surprised to see the female cat named Meryl. Meryl pushes the guards away as she runs to hug Theo, telling him that she missed him so much. Theo tells her to get away from him instantly, but Meryl starts acting pushy and clingy. She tells Theo that she is disappointed that he came to the granary village and didn't come to meet her. She is a bit delusional and thinks that Theo came back to the village after achieving all this success just to impress her, and now he is playing hard to get. She begins flirting with him, saying that she will accept his feelings, and they should become someone significant to each other. Theo is too dumbfounded to react, but as Meryl reaches her hand across his shoulder, a tiny hand stops it. Iona is awake now, and she doesn't seem too impressed on seeing Meryl, about whom she was quite curious. Well, here comes the drama. As Meryl sees her, she freaks out and slaps Iona instinctively. The little hamster flies away, much to Theo's and Elka's horror. They run towards Iona as she falls on the ground, while Meryl complains that she hates rats. Theo lifts Iona up, asking if she is fine, because he can clearly see the bruise on her face. Iona tells him that she is fine, and then Theo turns towards Meryl and starts yelling at her. He asks her what the hell she thinks she is doing. Meryl starts acting cute, referring to herself in the third person. She asks Theo why he is angry at her, saying that she is surprised by his reaction. She asks him if he is really more worried about that little rat than her. Theo yells at her, making it clear that he is angry at her for hitting Iona. He asks her to apologize right now, but Meryl begins acting even more dumb. She hides her face, saying that she is sad, and asks Theo not to yell at her. He doesn't stop and tells her that Iona is more hurt than him. However, that was enough to get the gold-digging cat to reveal her true color. She gets angry and then tells Theo that his irritating voice pisses her off. She unleashes her claws, asking him if he doesn't get it that the most beautiful cat in the granary village is ready to accept him. She calls him a stupid yellow cat and tells him to abandon that rat and come to him, charging ahead menacingly. However, Theo and Elka are too freaked out to even react to her, because Iona is back on her feet now, with her staff pointed towards Meryl. She tells Meryl that she won't be able to win Theo's favor like that. She then tells the gold digger cat that she and Theo are already significant to each other, and she should know it in advance. With that, Iona hits Meryl with a powerful spell that sends her flying and crashing through the mansion walls. A huge hole is left in the wall, and Meryl is turned into a distant star like Team Rocket. Well, if I had a nickel for each time I made a Pokémon reference in this video, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. but it's kind of weird if you think about it. Meanwhile, Theo and Elka stare at the destruction in front of them with their jaws wide open. Suddenly, Iona starts to stumble and falls on Theo. She tells him that she is still too sleepy and asks him to let her rest with him just a bit longer. Theo smiles at her and tells her to sleep well as he gently hugs her. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess this is the second ship of the series. That's all for this video. Let us see what happens between Theo and Iona as the story continues. But the more immediate concern is the fight between Sejun and the frogs. Will Hejul meet Sejun while his group is busy fighting? And will he find out his secret? Let us see what will happen the next week. Until then, check out other videos on our channel and subscribe if you already haven't.